before you invest in anything, no matter how shiny, no matter how interesting it looks, because there are lots of businesses that will come to you and be like shiny, hello, hello, invest in me. Just like the different we had Ponzi schemes and all that. So you want to ensure that you categorically go out to get knowledge so that you can mitigate the risk as much as you can. Hello viewers, welcome once again to Think Tank TV. Today we are doing our usual book review. I'm going to take exception for Mr. Pius and stand in for him. For some circumstances, he couldn't come on set today. So we're going to go to the 21 incorruptible laws of investment. And today we'll be treating the 15th law, titled The Law of Proportion. Before we comment, we have Mr. Boma Harold Hart in the studio. He's going to be doing justice to this topic and this book review with us. Do well to smash the subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, do a comment to us, tell us how we can be of service to you, and we'll be right here to serve you. Thank you so much, Mr. Boma, for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. So we're going to the law of proportion. The law of proportion. So I'll read what the writer has to say at the beginning here. He quoted from the good book that says, "He who sows sparingly shall also reap sparingly, and he who sows bountifully would also reap bountifully." So what's your take on the law of proportion?
Okay, the law of proportion basically is talking about the volume of your investment. It's talking about your capital. What is the volume of your capital? For instance, you remember in one of the laws, we treated that when you want to go into a business, that you shouldn't put all your eggs in one basket. We also say that you need to test the waters. If the investment is good, you can now go in with all your capital. So this law is actually telling you that if you sow bountifully, you reap bountifully. You sow sparingly. Sparingly is, and if you sow in an economic manner, you will reap in an economic manner. If you sow in such a huge and flamboyant way, you're going to reap in such a huge and flamboyant way. And I tell you something, this is just the basic reasons why the rich keep getting richer. You know why? One good thing about the rich is that they always have capital. They have massive capital. It is the poor that doesn't have capital.
And so they don't invest.
They don't invest. In fact, they even eat their capital. And that is very wrong. So in the laws of investment, you must learn to keep capital.
So he also talked about, he gave an instance of childbirth. He says, no matter how exciting it is for a child to be born, right? The moment you find out that your child that you're excited about being born is not growing, it's going to bring some sort of annoyance to you, right? True. So he's talking about return on investment. He's talking about growth in business. So you want to take note of ensuring that in as much as you need to start small, you want to intentionally ensure that your business is growing, right? So let's go straight to the second law. It says the law of opportunity. It says make the most of every opportunity. What's your take on that?
Okay, people say opportunity comes but once. I tend to agree with them in certain areas. There are certain opportunities that comes your way. Once you lose them, you'll never get there. I can just spend some time and then do some reflection. There are certain things you have missed. You know that if you had taken opportunity on those things, your life wouldn't have been the way it is right now. Those opportunities have passed you by. However, the law of nature permits that more opportunity keeps coming your way. But then your ability to make use of one opportunity opens room for you to see other opportunity. If you don't learn how to harness one opportunity, you cannot see the next opportunity. It is your proper usage of a particular opportunity that comes your way that gives you the ability to see the next one and make good use of the next one, and more opportunities keep coming your way. So opportunities are for those who knows how to make use of opportunities.
Wow. There's something I saw in the book that I like to read out for our people to hear. Great investor Thomas Edison noted that opportunity is missed by most people because it is dressed in coverall and looks like work. Wow, how interesting. So he said opportunity is everywhere, but majority of people don't see because it is always dressed like a coverall. So you want to find opportunity.
It looks like work.
Exactly. You want
difficult.
So you mean wherever there is work, wherever there is difficulty, wherever there is hardness, there's actually an opportunity behind. So you want to take note of it. So let's go straight to the next law. 17th law here says the law of risk. It says, he who observes the wind and waits for all conditions to be favorable will not sow, and he who regards a cloud will not reap. Wow. So what do you have to say about the law of risk?
Okay. By human nature, there's risk all around us. In fact, the mere existence, our existence itself, is risky. There's never a favorable condition for you to do anything.
Yeah.
Never a favorable condition. It can never be favorable to you. So you must take that risk. However, in investment, we are careful with our capital. We don't want to throw our capital into something that we know that at the end of it, we don't want to gamble with it. Let me use the word gambling. We don't want to gamble with it. We know that if we throw our money into something, we are not sure that our capital will come back. We may not make profit out of it, but at least we should come back with our capital. And that's where you need two things. He talked about the law of knowledge. You remember in the previous chapter.
Yeah.
So you need knowledge, you need advice to take that risk. We want to mitigate the risk. There's a risk in everything, no matter how lucrative, no matter how exciting you are about it, no matter how excited you are about it, no matter how you saw it is working for other people, it is still risky. So what we want to do to reduce that risk is that we need advice from experts. We need the knowledge, the necessary knowledge in that particular business. That reduces our risk. And then we can go into the business and save our capital.
Yeah, so I had a very wise man also talk about risks. He said, before you invest in anything, no matter how shiny, no matter how interesting it looks, because there are lots of businesses that will come to you and be like, shiny, hello, invest in me.
Yeah.
Just like the different MMM we had,
Ponzi schemes
and all that. So you want to be sure that you categorically go out to get knowledge so that you can mitigate the risk as much as. So the good book says, while the earth remaineth, seed time and harvest shall not cease. So we're going to the 18th law, which is the law of continuity. Mr. Boma, what do you have to say about that?
Okay, the law of continuity, the author was trying to let you know that in the process of accumulating wealth, you must deliberately do one thing. That thing you have to deliberately do. I use the word deliberate. Please underline it. You must learn to accumulate wealth. And the accumulation of wealth is achieved by you doing one thing over and over. For instance, you have invested like 100 naira into a business. You invested it, it gave you 10 naira. So you have 110 naira.
Yeah.
You are not permitted to eat that 10 naira. That's another capital. You do it again. You continue reinvesting until the compounded interest bursts into wealth.
So he also went ahead to talk about somebody like Warren Buffett.
Yeah.
He said Warren Buffett is like the reason why Warren Buffett is seen as one of the heads of investment around the world is because of he understands what it means to consistently invest. And that's what makes him to become so wealthy, because he keeps investing over and over and over. So the same thing we want to say to our viewers today, that the law of continuity in business says that you must consistently invest. When you have a return on investment, you need to go ahead to invest
everything.
And that's what will bring about a compound interest for you, right?
Yes.
And this brings us to the 20th law, the last but not the least law. It says, do people gain anything if they win the whole world but lose their soul? Of course not. There is nothing they can give to regain their life. Mr. Boma, can you say something about the law of life? What do you have to say about it?
Okay. If you look from chapter 1 to this 20th law, I think we have one more chapter to go.
Yeah.
To the 20th law, the author has been talking about being consistent with your finance. He's talking about how to invest. He has centered all his writings on money, investment, how to grow wealth, how to amass wealth. But on the 20th law, he became a little bit human. And human in the sense that he's advising you that you should live your life. While you're chasing your financial goal, make sure you live your life. Enjoy yourself.
You don't want to ignore your health, the health part of your life
at all. Do what you enjoy doing. Travel. Take care of yourself. The first wealth you ever have is the wealth of health.
Exactly.
Health, they say, is wealth. There are people who are in the hospital, they will pay you any money just to be healthy. So you don't want to ignore your health searching for money. You want to lose, you want to gain the whole world and lose your health? No way. Put your health, make it a priority, enjoy yourself, travel, take vacation. If you read The Richest Man in Babylon, which I think we're going to review on this chapter, on this station someday, he talks about it. Have some sense of gratification in your investment. It spurs you to want to gain more. It spurs you to want to do more, to want to invest more, to want to amass more wealth, because you are having a taste of what it takes to be wealthy, to be rich. Take good of it. Put some good clothes for Christ's sake. Put some good shoes. Look good.
Exactly.
You understand?
So while you're making the money, take out time to take care of yourself.
Very important.
I heard of an ironic expression by a wise man that said that, ironically, majority of people go ahead to use all their life to work for money. And when they are old, they use all the money to try to get their life. That's an irony. So you want to know the law of life. He said the first wealth we have in our health, and we should protect it, is the law of life. That's our health is our first ever wealth we can ever have, right? So let's go straight to the last and the least for this book. He said the law of remembrance. Ye shall remember the Lord your God, for it is he who gives the power to get wealth.
That's in Deuteronomy chapter 8 verse 18.
Yeah, so he went ahead to talk about that, how that majority of wise investors are those who understand the spiritual undertone of even investment. So what do you have to say about the law of remembrance?
Okay, in the 20th chapter, I love the author. I love the author. In the 20th chapter, he was dragging our attention to ourselves. He was dragging our attention to family, taking care of ourselves, family, enjoying yourself. Then in the 21st chapter, he was talking about your relationship with
your
God,
creator.
with your creator.
Yeah, exactly.
You see, you can make all the money in the world. There's a halo in every human being. There's a halo. The reason you see people worshiping different God and worshiping different things is because we have a halo in us. So remember, make our time to worship your God. He is the one who made you. If you amass all the wealth and you don't have a relationship with God, what shall it profit a man? Again, I say, if he gains the whole world and lose his precious
Make
soul.
out time to worship your God. If you amass all the wealth, what shall it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose your soul? So that brings us to the close of the 21 incorruptible laws of investment. I hope you enjoyed yourself. Go back to our series. We have the 1st to the 7th law, the 7th to the 14th law, and today we took the last 7 laws. You don't want to miss it, because this book is very loaded,
very rich.
And we that have read it can testify that indeed is rich. Do well to hit that subscribe button, because every Tuesday we're going to be here to bring this insightful book review to you. Hit the subscribe button. Do an email to us. Tell us how we can be of service. Thank you so much, Mr. Broma, for joining us. Thank you. It was a nice time indeed.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Bye.